No one deserves to go through something like this behind bars.
You knew what would happen if he was to win. He stated it as clear as day. What does everyone say? He says what he means, and he means what he says. He said everyone had to go. Everyone. And my heart breaks. It really does, because it really is so heartbreaking. But he said he was going to do it. And you voted, which is your right.
She voted for Trump, and now she's crying on TikTok because ICE detained her dying father. Yep, this Latina mom proudly supported Trump, only to turn around and beg for sympathy when her own family faced the very policies she voted for. Now her video's gone viral, but not in the way she expected. Hello fam, welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we talk about the real stories that shake the internet. So let's break it down. Now, this woman, let's call her Cynthia, I think that is what her name is, was once vocal about supporting Trump and stricter immigration policies, and she believed in law and order even if it meant turning her back on undocumented immigrants. But the same system she supported, it came for her father. Cynthia posted a tearful video saying her dad, who only had 6 months to live, was just detained by ICE, and she begged for people to help her spread awareness. She said she made a mistake voting for Trump, that she didn't think it would happen to her family. But the internet wasn't buying it. Many Americans, especially Black Americans, are calling this out. And they're saying, we warned y'all, but y'all called us dramatic. You didn't listen. And you thought you were the exception. You thought Trump meant other immigrants, not your family.
Voting for Donald Trump, knowing that your your family member has 6 months to live, is crazy work. Why would you do that? Why would you? This man Trump was not playing, beloved. That man was not playing games. He told you what exactly he was going to do. He said, no shorts. Anybody can get it at any day. You knew the risk, beloved. Why? And for everybody that's about to come at me in the comment section, I don't care. Cancel me. Somebody got to give it that tough love. Take this as a lesson, people. Listen to black people. We told you not to vote for this man. He was dead serious about what he was trying to do to y'all, bro. And you ain't listen. And it just cost your pops. Ain't no way under the Kamala administration she was going to sit here and have ICE snatch up a man that got 6 months to live and throw him out the country. No way y'all going to sit here and gaslight me and tell me that.
This woman, I believe her name is Cynthia. Hold on. The point is that she made this video because her dad, of course, has been deported. He's been detained by ICE. And she pleaded with the powers that be to release him because he is ill. But in her video, she made reference to the fact that she made a wrong choice. She and millions of others. And what she's referring to is that she voted for Trump. Now she realizes she made the wrong choice because look at the predicament that her dad's in. And my guess is that he also voted for Trump. In her statement, if you'll look on the video on the screen, she wrote that she made the wrong choice as millions of others did. And now is not the time. Now is not the time for us to be against each other. Now is the time for us to come together and to have unity and compassion and action. Those were her words. But you weren't thinking like that when you went in the booth, made your vote on the 5th of November, 2024. That's not what you were thinking about, was it, Cynthia? You thought your vote was going to harm black people because, as a rule, as a means to assimilate into white supremacy. Harming black people is what it takes. So you and your dad wanted to be on the side of whiteness. So that is why you voted the way you did, because you felt like any negative things that happened, you would be saved, because all your life, your dad had raised you to be on the side of whiteness, to assimilate into whiteness, to be against black people. That's what you were raised to do. So that's what you did. And now you're getting what you deserve, and so is your dad.
A lot of people are saying they do feel for her father because he's a human being and is reportedly sick, has only 6 months to live, and no one deserves to be ripped away from their family like that while facing death. But that compassion, it's sitting side by side with anger, and not everyone is holding back.
So let me get this straight. Your dad is a Latino with 6 months left to live, and now that he's been picked up by ICE on the orders of Trump, which, get this, you are a Latina and you voted for him. Now your dad's going to spend the last 6 months of his life either in a cell or deported. And now you come on TikTok talking about unity. We need to have unity. We need to come together as a community. Why your ass ain't come together at the polls? Why you ain't come together at them polls, mama? You said that you didn't educate yourself on the immigration policies. That is literally the main point that he ran his entire campaign on. There's literally no way that you could have missed that. It's literally not possible. And then y'all come on here and y'all want people to have sympathy for y'all. Sympathy for what? You ain't have sympathy for the other immigrants that you wanted to get deported when you cast your vote? You just thought your dad was going to be the exception, huh? I don't know. Shit like that really get me irritated because, like, you didn't have sympathy for all the other people and all the other minorities that were going to be affected if he got into office. But as soon as one of the people who voted for him actually starts getting affected in real life, now I want to come on TikTok talking about we need unity.
The way she tells the story, he only has about maybe 6 months to live. He's wheelchair bound, like he needs help, like the whole nine. Like it's bad. He's dying. So I watched the video, and she had the meeting with ICE, and they denied it. But then what's worse is she voted for Trump. Let her tell it, she didn't dig that deep into Trump when she voted for him. That was one of the main things that man was campaigning about. So how you missed that, I don't know. So in all actuality, you voted against your own family. So of course now she's been asking for everyone to help. She's been writing letters, news, and nobody's getting back to her. Now, I definitely feel bad because no one deserves to live the rest of the end of their life like that. I don't believe in that. But this is what you voted for and the choices that you made, and now this is the hand that you're dealt. You didn't do homework on him, on the deportation and the immigrant. I mean, I don't know what you want the people to do, to be honest. Like, you voted for that, and this is where we are.
Now, people are pointing out that Cynthia voted for Trump, and not just quietly. She believed in what he stood for. She voted for the man who built his campaign around criminalizing immigrants and empowering ICE. Now, people are saying you knew what he was going to do. He said it out loud. He made it very clear, and you still voted for him. And now the system she once supported is hurting her family, and it's not sitting well with the public. And there's also a deeper conversation happening, and people are talking about how some Latino families, especially those raised closer to whiteness, lighter skinned, Republican leaning, or culturally distanced from immigrant identity, often believe they are immune, that somehow the law meant to punish others won't come for them, that they are safe. But when ICE knocks on their doors, suddenly it's real, suddenly it's cruel, and suddenly it's also unfair. And that's what we are seeing play out here. Some people even speculate that her father may have held some same views, that maybe he too thought they were different, that they were the good immigrants, that if they followed the rules or voted conservative, they'd be protected. But ICE doesn't care about your politics. When it's time, they'll come. Uniforms on, cars ready, whether you are MAGA or not. And it's painful to watch her realize that too late. Now, people are asking, what do you want us to do with this? Because yes, it's heartbreaking. Yes, no one deserves to die in a detention center. But at the same time, what happens when you use your vote to harm others and then ask those same people for help when the fire reaches your own home? It's a tough one, right? But people aren't holding back anymore. They're saying, you helped build this and now you're crying about the results. That's where we are right now. So if you're still watching, I want to hear your thoughts. Should people show her grace, or is this just a hard lesson in consequences? Drop your opinions below and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more trending stories here at Trending Pulse Worldwide. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.